Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Lycan.
Go ahead. Select your heroes. You really should prepare for battle.
Quake was on the lone Lycan.
That's actually fair kind of reaction coming out from Secret. I think the other interesting thing to mention, like the draft comparisons, is that Secret's power is kind of constantly rising, right? Like the way their heroes don't rely on big cooldowns to do things, whereas for Liquid, you've got this shapeshift that you got to play around. You've got this exorcism. They're powerful spells, but if you misuse them, suddenly you are very underwhelming for the next minute or two.
Yeah, the more and more I see Ursa too, the more I just keep thinking how that's so not a problem for him anymore. Like ever since they removed the damage from the ultimate, that made this hero so much better. Like not needing to pop your ulti to get a burst kill in the side lane, meaning that you can then keep it for going for the objective after or going for the Roach Pit or whatever. And then late game, like there's a reason why the Battle Fury is so good now, is that like you're going late game, you don't have to rely on your ultimate for offense, and then it's only 30-second cooldown anyway.
Yeah, and it also offsets the mana regen issues you now have ever since they switched the mana regen talent from 10 to 15. It's very hard to debate that that item is the way to go with this hero now.
Plus, you know, Abyssal's busted.
The
That's
battle
it.
begins.
Yeah, that's like the obvious one we talk about, right? Melee hero is very strong right now. Abyssal, why mini blink dagger? And when we talk about Ursa, it's a hero that essentially has two forms of blink in that, because we just you off, and now she's gonna go down. Insania got.
That was my
Man, I was not sure if Tiger beat back there would be enough, but very well done. The Nature's Graph of Noxus at level 1.
Yeah, and that does mean that
Nature's Graph. It kind of is a graph.
I mean, the rough part from Matumman now is he has leveled in the Herb Shop, which you can try to be defensive here, but it's going to be tough to overpressure, or is it? Oh, these blocks coming out. Puffy. I mean, this is why you give this man micro here. It's on point.
It's hard to believe how nerfed treants have been, and they're still so good.
It's just so hard to kill. It's like we're seeing this overall from the Zoo meta, right? It's like you look at things, it's just a bit too tanky for me to kill right now.
Yeah, it feels like you just have to commit way more to try and deal with them. In the mid lane, it's summons on summons with the Boar Man versus Wolf Man.
And I think it's kind of a race to free, right? Once Zai has free, you can make sure Lycan doesn't feel confident, but at the same time, if Lycan has, you know, level 3 or 4 too quickly, the regen means he doesn't care either.
Yeah, I feel like Click was gonna be fine. I think that this is better for him in the long run. It summons, like, it's not like Beastmaster can really chase you down and try and kill you or anything, because the spacing's so small. Like, it's a lot easier to do that in a side lane. So like the constant harass and like actually pushing you off the wave, whereas in the mid, probably not going to get that same advantage.
Nisha?
Jeez, Nisha.
Yeah, cheeky from box. He does die though. The Wave of Terror was causing too much damage.
I'm always surprised how much farm I'm able to get when I'm dead as Venge with this, like even in the early game like this. It's not an advantage that you really think of, but he just got 3 last hits that no other hero would have gotten. You know?
That's true. And it's also, we were discussing this, especially when we've seen like all the mid ones, like Topsy plays it a lot, right, on OG, is that even it allows you to play a very over-the-top aggressive style, because even after you die, you're still giving something to the fights that occur later on. It's not just about getting creeps, it's about this aura that persists and your right clicks that are coming through. I mean, we've even seen some clips where, you know, it'll be 2 or 3 kills claimed by a vengeful spirit.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit difficult to build the illusion right now and like build the hero just because of how good the illusion is, that you don't necessarily want to build items that don't benefit when the illusion isn't like you know, you don't necessarily want to build like plus damage items or whatever, because you want like all the agi, and you want to buy aura items too, so that you're giving those off. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those examples where there's not really another comparative in Dota. It's this hero, you know, you can talk about, oh, Chen, his Chen army's still up, but in the hero itself, like, your punishment of dying is offset a little bit because you still exist.
And Foxy's having a hard time down here. Can't really trade.
I wonder if maybe at level 4, because then the disarm lasts longer, you can get to a stage.
He's going for it. Oh, he didn't get it.
To die for it. Oh, that's so painful.
I'd be so mad.
You know that feeling,
I know it's
right?
17%,
like,
but still.
It's gotta go. It's gotta go off. I've hit him like 5 times in a row, and I haven't got a single proc. I almost got blocked up in the mid lane. That was close from Quake, but he might still get this. He's one more hit from the Wolf, and Zai, nope. Regen's just enough.
Oh, man.
Already talked about micro shenanigans and the tree in its top, and then we just see that in the mid as well.
Man, he's still so low. It's he's gonna start walking over. He's like, yeah, there's no way, right? Right?
Just presses E once. Oh, a kill. Neat.
They got a ward anyway. Plus, there's Invis bottom. That Zai should know there's a rune there. Of course, he's probably not aware of what it is. He's definitely hoping it's a regen, though.
It's tough for the Beastmaster at this stage, right? Because you're all about just trying to win the attrition warfare, but like him, because of that passive, he's got the HP regen. He's always going to out-trade you.
Invisibility.
Foxy just ends up taking the
I think he was hoping for something more useful than an invisibility rune, which will now be obvious to Quake Furs. He scoured out with his... That does leave Nisha alone, just casually farming away. Like, Venge not even pressured at all in this game so far, really.
Yeah, Bossy doesn't have boots either, so this was a pretty long excursion here of not getting farm. Meanwhile, up top, Puppy is level 2, so he probably just used all his HP and mana to be a nuisance, and then again, as he returns to the bounty rune fight.
A little something
A
extra.
little bit of a bounty rune dispute in the bot lane. I'm just watching Boxy get disarms at the right moment.
At the same time, Insanity's in trouble up top here.
Moving in.
Radiant's
One more clap
middle
comes
tower
out.
is
Thunderman
under
gets the kill. Boxy is running for his life in the bot lane in the meantime as Nisha. He does have the wave of terror, and he can get the kill. Oh god, but I know what he's going through here. We've all been there when we play Pangolier. We're just like, just one more disarm. Just one more and I win this trade, and they have to run away.
Mid lane roar.
Quicks is pretty tanky though. They don't have to lift for another 4 seconds. They can't dive it either, so Quick will just shrug it off and go, I don't know what the hell that was all about.
I'm thinking he probably thought his Rubik wasn't level 2. It's probably like, oh, really? That's it? Level 1 Fade Bolt? That's all you got?
Sitting there like, yeah, come on dude, I'm trying to secure you kills here. Why have you been in a tri lane all game?
Oh man, Boxy is just getting bullied down here.
This is ours.
He's just hitting him with the wave and punching him over and over.
Yes.
I mean, surprising. All right. Because if you do the nature of the spell, the levels, but Venge is always going to be stronger. Meanwhile,
As well as that top.
gets brought down by the first shapeshift. Top, yeah. They will die. They'll get Matumba Man. Tiger does give his life for it though, and Poppy makes sure he takes the gold. He's like, don't worry, Matumba Man. I'm going to become a core, big and strong, full of oro items that will throw on the game.
Well, at the very least, with the shapeshift kill, click Zai, but still really pretty happy with that. In terms of net worth, but very even between the two.
Strange to say, Radiant's
And they're both
middle tower is
pretty much
under
do the
attack.
same thing, right? Clear camp house. Nisha?
Nisha may have stunned the creep, which was clearly an attempt to secure CS.
Yes.
You should have seen that coming.
I did not.
You didn't.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The wave of terror, they get freebie now. Boxy, he get level 6. He got level 6 and he's gonna commit it. And that may be a mistake. They just primal roar him up and I'll right click him down. It's a pretty pathetic looking Pangolier. He just has to run away with a sliver of HP remaining. That was not the impact you were looking for out
Dire's
your
top
first
tower is
ultimate.
under attack.
And they lose the mid
Must
tower to
I
quick for as
repeat
well.
myself?
Yeah, you can't contest some
Dire's
beasts there.
structures are fortified.
It's just
They
way
are
too hard. Like, you
Dire's
need
top tower is under attack.
extra numbers to battle versus the Vision, because Vision's just like way too strong. I mean, combining the swap like that is pretty smart.
Dire's top tower is being attacked
Definitely
like
was well played by
nobody's
Secret.
business.
Gets him that early rotation in the most taken tower. In fairness though, as I said, Liquid did manage to get that tier 1 in the mid. So Quick, you know, arguably the most important tier 1 tower in this game right now. Question is whether Zai can mirror that now, because you could just try and connect towards mid. However, someone you want in that push is being pushed into right now. Nisha will turn around though. Boxy doesn't get the disarms
Radiant's
he's
middle
looking
tower
for.
is under attack.
It's up going down again.
I
And they
have
say,
no
okay,
reason to lie
you didn't want
about
us to
such
leave bot
things.
lane? Fine, we'll commit to it. This is our new home.
Radiant's middle tower is
Yeah,
under
obviously they were
attack.
not expecting there to be so many heroes lurking around. I mean, it doesn't matter where Puppy is, right? You always have to assume that he could be there too.
No, he's just been in the top lane, getting a little bit of slow XP, because obviously once you do have that level 6, Wrath of Nature is a pretty substantial
Dire's
nuke
middle tower
in these early
is
team
under
fights.
attack.
I mean, that's
I
what
feel
Yapsor
like
needs
a
to right now,
broken
right? Is to get level 6.
Oh yeah. I think that's why Puppy's like, I'll just get it off of farming. Yapsor can have the time, 15 seconds.
Well, it looks like they got to hurry up here for this top one. I think Insania realizes that he can't really do anything now.
Primer will come out. Death Prophet. He actually did pick up the Spirit Siphon though, so Zai needs to be a little bit careful himself. That's going to be a long route for an album. Matuma Mani, reinforcements have arrived. Zai might still go down, but now Mike is in a world of trouble and a world of hurt. As they'll just run him through and look to clap him down, they do get the kill. So 1-for-1 exchange. However, works out in Liquid's favor because the shapeshift in the mid lane did get the kill on Tanisha.
See what you'll find laying.
Yeah, they just ran him down. No real option if he just decides to ult and go after you like that.
I
think the only reason, the only reason Zai went for that was because of the trying to make sure they got that outpost. I don't think he thought it was necessarily a great play to go for a kill at that moment. He was just like, yeah, I want to make sure that we have this at 10 minutes so that we get the XP. It's just too valuable.
Yeah, especially when we're highlighting both the heroes and the support role. So critical that you get that 6 quickly, as they are very powerful things. In terms of like steals that Yapsil's really aiming for this game, I'd imagine the top one's obviously going to be Rolling Thunder, Overgrowth, and I want to say something like a false promise, but it feels weird for Rubik to try and
Radiant's
look for that in a
middle
fight.
tower is under attack.
Well, they're
Radiant's
currently
chooses
looking
to
through a
lie
smoke,
for
so they will
such
get
things.
scanned.
In fact,
Yeah, but
they
Tiger's
appear
hanging around.
Radiant with health. Strange
He'll
to
get
say,
into the trees,
Radiant's
Nisha.
middle tower
The Hawk's
is
trying to get
under
vision beast so
Dire's
fast.
bottom tower
Yeah,
is
they almost
under
had him.
attack.
They won't make it for nothing though. They do converge
Radiant's
towards the mid
middle
lane and say,
tower is
okay,
under
you
attack.
basically forfeit this. There won't
I
really
would
be a
like to point
trade.
out
It's
Foxy down
Radiant's
bottom
middle
did
tower
go for a
has
jump down.
fallen.
He's
He wants
whittling
his
down
own.
Puppy to see if this is worth.
like, come on, where are the proc? Finally, he gets the proc, and now the steal will be on the Squash Buckle instead of the Rolling Thunder, and Puppy will go down. Or will he? Can he joke? Nope, he's going to juke it. They commit,
Oh.
and they get the kill. He's like, okay, Foxy, you want to do this? You have the Squash Buckle once more. Yapsil can chase this, however, with a lift back. Foxy might be in a bit of trouble, but
Sorry,
nope,
I
instantly
just
identifies
noticed
they've
that
got no
Dire's
stuns, and he'll make
bottom
this
tower
game.
is under attack.
Oh,
Lane
if only there
Harbor.
were creeps there.
There's an attempt. I'm not really sure what they're hoping to do to an Ursa here. I think they just want him out of their territory. But it does look like Matumba Man's not rushing about through this game. He's actually going for the Yasha.
Battling. I wonder if he'll actually go Manta, Silence, and the Root. I mean, it's still an Ursa though, so I hesitate. I assume he's gonna go for more of a stats resistance style.
Yeah, like Yasha would be raised as well. Having stats resistance is pretty strong. Liquid
But
looking
like,
strong.
I don't know. If someone wanted to go Manta, this would be the game for it.
Why stop
But
there?
they've won the battle in terms of who's gonna get Roche first this game.
They have. It seems like Secret maybe had kind of inclinations of this, but you can see they were already way too split up across the map to
Radiant's
do anything about it.
structures are beautifully
Yeah, and
fortified.
Malty's just gonna take that Yasha and then start going for the Battle Fury. So I haven't actually gotten to see too many Ursas lately. The only ones I've seen have gone for the Battle Fury pretty much straight. Sometimes drums first. So I'm not sure if this is like a common thing for him.
Oh, Nisha. Well, he knew they were just in the pit. He didn't think that they were going to come and punish him so quickly, though. He is healing up a lot, actually, buying a lot of time. He might be able to bring Boxy down, but nope. Boxy just steps out of the way. They finally get the kill. They haven't got the creeps here, though, so they can't push the tower. And instead, Secret will be the ones
Radiant's
doing some
bottom
tower damage
tower
to the
is
bot
being
lane.
subjected to extreme violence.
Pretty good trades, but
Radiant's
Liquid
bottom
are
tower is
really like, on point with what they need in this lineup.
Well,
There
they're
should
going.
be at least one kill with the Yules. Shouldn't just be free.
Well, Puppy has arrived. He's ready to give his life. You might have the Overgrowth comes out. Crown being thrown out. The shapeshift's been used. Beastmaster already down. Yapsor tanky enough to escape before they can kill him off. But Foxy pursuing on the Puppy with the roll through. They'll find and kill the Prophet.
Maybe it just felt like they had a good chance because of all the vision they had around the area, but that was a really dangerous attempt, I think, to try and save more than, you know, try and save everyone and make a turn there.
Yeah, it was actually pretty well done by Liquid. It was just a rapid TP, right? Like, everyone on the team's like, all right, let's go. Especially once you see that Puppy committing in with his TP into the fight, you don't worry about whether it's worthwhile rotating the whole team down there. Especially with this tier 1 still standing, at least for the moment. Probably not for much longer. Really, you gotta look and see what Secret got to
Deadly
play around soon, because I've now got the Helmet Dom complete on the Beastmaster, which gives them some more fight. And in terms of what
Dire's middle
she's building,
tower
he's
is
going for
under an
Yak as well. So it looks like
extraordinary amount
Secret
of
just want to be
stress.
speedy boys and girls.
Very speedy.
I don't mean to be.
He did die in a speedy way, I'll give him that. But yeah, Boxy definitely much more tricky when he picks up a haste like that.
And not in a good way.
Question is whether they can connect into more. I think they just want the runes
It
and
would
tower
appear
probably.
Radiant's
The
top
case if they
tower
can get
is
it without
under
committing
attack.
exit,
Precious bounty.
then you feel good as well.
Thank you, my beauties.
And they're kind of in an awkward spot though,
Radiant's
because
top
top's
tower
just
is
being
under
pressured,
attack.
so they feel compelled
Sorry,
to
I just
try and
noticed that
take down this
Dyer's
bottom tier
bottom
1
tower
too,
is
but
under attack.
you know, considering how much
It would
you're
appear
devoting to
Radiant's
this
top
versus your
tower is
opponent, it
under
doesn't
attack.
necessarily feel that great unless you can really
Radiant's
get
top
good control
tower
over
has
this area.
fallen. Surely
That is
was
really the power of the zoom,
intentional.
right? It's like you don't have to commit anywhere near as many resources to
Radiant's
these type
top
of
tower
pushes.
is under
And they
attack.
still haven't taken down that tier 1 in the bot lane,
And
but they've
not
already
in a
lost the one in
good
the
way.
top. You're gonna see more pressure applied to try and force. I feel good losing
Radiant's
towers
top
like that,
tower
especially when you
is
have a
under
tree and
attack.
be able to prevent it.
I don't mean to be alarmist,
Especially when
but
his build
Dyer's
is-
bottom
Oh
structures
man,
are
and the
cunningly
glyph too. Oh,
fortified.
this is so annoying.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It is a tier 1.
And not in
Like, alright, if you want it, you're gonna have to show us how many heroes are lurking around. Okay, you got practically the whole team there. Fine,
Okay,
you'll have
this
practically
top
the whole
lane,
team there.
this tower is getting
It would
obliterated.
appear
Yeah, this is like
Radiant's
the most
top tower
valued
is under attack.
blackboard shot of all
Very
time.
nice. Dyer's structures are
Big old
Radiant's top
Nicola.
tower is
Keep the
under
range
attack.
creeps alive. Alright, there we go. Box will get rid of them. They kept the cap off for a long time. They're still keeping it going because of the boars. He'll make sure that they actually don't get the kills on the boars. They don't get the XP, but the damage, it's pretty significant. Of course, the good news is you have a treant, so you can save the you can salvage it. Good enough to that. But when you look at Secret's lineup, you have to imagine time is not on your side in that regard. They will move towards that tower again soon.
Yeah, that was a good example of like why the first Aegis is. It's not necessarily about the Aegis. I feel like it's more so just like setting for the second one with the Aegis, the cheese. Because like the first Aegis, unless you have hyper aggressive, it's pretty hard to force your opponent to fight you. You know, like everyone's just gonna try to trade on the opposite side of the map of you.
Yeah.
That's what's happened to them.
We've seen this before. Boxy versus Nisha. Boxy did bring the but he does have double
tower
six
is under
time
attack.
rounds. So,
Okay, that was
yeah, well that's not so cool. He tried.
Radiant's top tower
They're going
has
to try and
fallen.
take down the illusion of him as they continue
Dyer's
to
bottom
push into the
tower
tier 2.
is
And look at
under
this. Go,
attack.
okay. You
It would
really
appear
want to trade,
Radiant's
and I
top
want you to
tower
think
is
of
under
this
attack.
because you're not as quick as we are for this push. Yeah, they have to start following heroes back. So the Secret's push, but once again, it's that Angus factor, right? Once that runs out, Secret, they might not be so reluctant to hang around and take it against you.
at the very least with still left quick foot to like hang around here. So yeah, the ancients finds the first of tier 2, gets himself a philosopher's stone. Probably for 3, I think. And get him that link there first.
I'd imagine so. I think he's got it coming out now. Yeah, he's like that. Belongs to me. Sorry. You get less priority on this stuff. What's your team secret? You know, in which case,
Ooh,
if you have Soren Poppy net with.
Get the ring when you're playing zoo and like starting to push tower. That's nice. It's
And
probably
you'll
the
motivate
end ring,
me.
I think.
He's definitely starting to line up. That plus the AC coming online. Then you look at the secret side. They are getting close to that well. Fury. Need probably like another 2 minutes.
Alright, it's even better. Okay, guys. Kilo's not
Yeah, that's what matters. Imagine if you got the same lines. No, let's not do that. And there's been some discussions people have been having again about whether we should be able to purchase the new items we want.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about it. Definitely do not make, because then it's still just gonna get one draft more than the other,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
you know what your new items are. So that doesn't really make it any better.
Oh, imagine they had 2 squishy heroes and they managed to steal your essence ring as well. You're like, oh, well, this is conveniently useful for
Dyer's
us.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Ordinary amount of
I think like
stress.
maybe if people wanted a way around it, you could have kind of like a neutral creep score.
Dyer's middle
And
tower
once
is
the
under
timer
attack.
passes, you could basically
Dyer's
accrue
middle
point
tower
space
has
until
fallen.
neutral. Then you can
Radiant's
buy
top
it.
tower is under attack.
I think you should try and make it a little more complicated.
No, dude, I think I could, but
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack.
maybe if we made it so that the neutral items had different costs to them as well. Pangolier finds a hefty cost to his initiation there.
I would say. Gets the steal on the shield crash, then he gets 80% damage reduction from both of them, and is able to live. And it's like, why isn't this doing more damage?
Nisha? Oh, okay. He did try for the TP. Tiger was still around. They baited
Tower is
a
under
little bit.
attack.
Puppy will make it out. They get Matumba away. And the push continues in the top lane. It's almost like every time Liquid gets these kills onto the
Radiant's
Vengeful
top tower
Spirit,
is under
it's
attack.
not worthwhile because of what's happening elsewhere. Ooh. They're going to make him pay this time, though. Mike, he commits the extra to Zai. Zai says, okay, if I'm going to pay, I'm at least going to get someone to pay with. He picks up the bounty room before coming over his life. The problem is you just commit an exorcism. Maybe you get a few extra creeps, but now for 150 seconds, you don't have the big ultimate. You could spawn in just 20 seconds.
Yeah, that would be the main problem for Liquid. Panicking.
Radiant's
This
bottom
push
tower
drive
is
to
under
top lane.
attack.
Make sure everybody can in there a little bit early, try
Been
to
called
push
for
us out of these
celebration.
waves, but unfortunately that doesn't really talk. Waves. Like Treant's okay, but it's very. He's on the line being decent at it, right? And there's a reason that they have to go for the meteor hammer.
Yeah, Nature's Grasp might hurt a lot when you're a hero, but there's a reason it looks very underwhelming when you look at it. It's like, oh, everything's almost dead. Yeah.
But
Everything's
there's also just this idea of not panicking like crazy, because I mean you don't want it to appear. It's not as punishing as it had been for a long time, and since we had shrines, like that was a humongous deal. You would basically throw all your bodies to make sure you killed that right there. We don't have to have that same panic anymore.
No. It's also a case of overreacting, should we say. Like, you see someone doing something, you keep reacting to it, and what you realize is every time you come back to defend their push, your push is being eliminated as well, right? It's all about weighing up whether you can trade better and where you can do it. As we saw earlier when they were exchanging tier 1 for tier 1 and I did tier 2 for tier 2.
Well, Matsu had a bit of a rough start. I mean, having to go Yasha first doesn't necessarily feel that great, but gets us back here.
Indeed. They now know all these heroes on secret side are top because they just tried to jump target. We'll pursue him finally to cut trees. His blink dagger doesn't save his life. They get the kill in the lane. They've moved in with the Royal Thunder onto Ursa. But Summerman, he's shooting it out. I don't know if they want to commit too much further. He has got the enraged. There's the Yules. He'll interrupt him. And there's no real way out. Martu anymore. Is that niche for the your world's desire, Aegis and a cheese. In a lineup that has both a Lycan and a DP. I mean, this is the old moment, right? You said the first Roche doesn't get much done, but now that you've got these two heroes that can just push forward incredibly aggressively, you could start to threaten high ground in the next 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, this is why you want the early Roche complete. Obviously, you'd like it if your team took it, but even if the enemy gets it, as long as you get this one with the Aegis and the cheese, like if Secret had gotten this one, they would be like, perfect. This is what our lineup also needs.
Attack.
But now you're have to
Has
fight
that
through
ever
Aegis,
been
cheese,
cause
and
for
false promise.
celebration?
This is an extremely difficult team fight for Secret coming up next.
Puppy's been caught. Mike is getting so much done with his blink dagger. It definitely seems like it's been the right item, and Puppy has no way to get out of it. He's the flash. He's the medallion.
Too soon.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. On we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. I don't wanna miss a beat. till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Привет. I can't hear you.
Hello, my friend. How are you today?
Hello,
Who won
comrade.
first game?
10 seconds
Liquid did.
remaining.
How was it?
Secret tried an early
5 seconds
meta
remaining.
push strat, and Liquid held out and pushed hard with a Lycan DP.
Radiant
Won.
team ban. Dire team ban.
Hello, welcome back. Beyond Epic League, game number 2 between Team Liquid and Team Secret. And before that game 1 went off, me and Trent, we had a bet. I went, Liquid are going to win this. He said, no, Secret are going to win this. I went, okay, push-up bet. Whoever is wrong has to do 500 push-ups between game 1 and game 2. And as you
10
can see,
seconds remaining.
judging by how different he looks on the camera now, he did complete his
5
500
seconds
push-ups.
remaining.
Well,
Radiant
I
team
didn't complete
ban.
500 push-ups,
Dire team ban.
but I did go to a Ukrainian village and clean like 5,000 strawberries since 8 in the morning with my girlfriend that you might have noticed just passing by. That's one of the reasons why I was late to the series and got here to the second game. And
You hear that,
yeah.
guys? That is the kind of person Liz is.
10
He gave
seconds remaining.
baths to 5,000 orphan
5
strawberries
seconds
that
remaining.
no one else would have. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna make wine out of it, and it's actually very,
Radiant
very
team
tasty.
ban. Dire
So,
team ban.
I was doing it for the greater good. It's all fine. What happened in first game though? Liquid finally taking game off of Secret again.
It was pretty dominant. I mean, the lane and phase, you know, there was some kill exchanges back and forth. Foxy, he was playing Pangolier against Nisha's Venge, and he did try a little bit too often for those cheeky disarms, and it backfired. But once
10
Liquid
seconds remaining.
kind of offset the early pushes that Team Secret were committing to,
5
it
seconds
just felt
remaining.
like Secret couldn't directly fight them anymore.
Yeah, it's interesting though because Liquid are one of those teams that have in the recent times managed to take Secret and win versus them. I think you were there as well, if you remember on the Pushka League, after losing 7 times to Secret in series, they managed to win the 8th
Radiant
time.
team pick.
So I mean, it's still a feat. Like I would lose 70 times to Secret with my team, and we wouldn't win once. So it's still a really great improvement, and I'm always looking forward to Liquid because I know that these guys have been on a grind for such a long time. They've been steadily improving, and I like to call them the nerds of DOTS. But everything in their
10
draft
seconds
and everything in their
remaining.
gameplay, you can really time it and see how well it works.
5 seconds
it's an interesting
remaining.
team to watch.
It's interesting you say that, because whenever I talk to people who play other games,
Dire
they already
team
thought we were all nerds anyway. So for them to essentially be hyper nerds is an achievement in itself.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm being bad, but they're always interesting to watch. Definitely. Why I say nerds is because
You don't like losing.
Dota is really progressing. Yeah, exactly. I don't like losing to them. did lose to them quite a lot. I actually lost to them
10
when they were in
seconds
Alliance
remaining.
a lot, but I was at the same time losing to Taiga,
5
who was
seconds
back
remaining.
then playing
Dire
with
team pick.
Thompson in that
Oh,
SFT team. They wrecked us multiple times. Anyway, Liquid, you can really time their movements. That's what I was talking about. You can really time their movements. Like Mickey, if he's playing safe lane, if he's some Lycan or something that rotates early, you know at which minute and second he's going to TP top and start pushing the tier 1. You know at what second Insania is going to move from that
10
safe lane and move
seconds
towards
remaining.
the runes. If you watch them often enough, you'll
5
really
seconds
notice the
remaining.
pattern.
Pick.
Yeah, and I don't feel like as a 5 they have a much earlier kind of timing when they have to set tempo, when they want to make moves, right? It's like Mike shoot out in the DP in the last game when he picked up a blink dagger quite early in his build because he just wanted to get aggressive and make plays. And this has been switched up a little bit this time around. So last time Team Secret opened with Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster, whereas Liquid went with Oracle and
10
DP. We didn't
seconds
see the Venge
remaining.
come out for Secret until towards the end. So complete change
5
around,
seconds
especially for Liquid's
remaining.
open.
Yep. I'm wondering if Liquid is willing to play the Vengeful as a core as well. Most of the time you would think it's Insania because he
Radiant
does play
team
this hero.
back.
It's one of his heroes, but Vengeful right now is even more popular as a core, be it offlane or mid, so I'm thinking maybe
team
we'll see
back.
some Koikwa, because this bat most likely will be boxy, but maybe we'll see Koikwa Venge, you never know.
Yeah, it depends, right? Like if you feel like your draft could fit a Luna, then definitely you're going to give it to Insania, which, yeah, I don't. How do you feel about Luna on lane? I feel like she gets pressured a little, so maybe you aren't leaning towards that type of pick.
She gets pressured a little
10
bit, definitely.
seconds remaining.
But you could still go for that because, funnily enough, Beastmaster is still in
5
the pool.
seconds
Hasn't
remaining.
been banned out by Liquid or Secret. And
But Secret
alright,
have first pick.
yeah, if you pick it on Secret here, Shaker and Beast isn't really the best possible offlane duo. It's not. It doesn't really pressure way too much. It's strong, but there are stronger position 4s to combo with the Beast, I would say.
Dire team
Shaker is
pick.
mostly an enabler for something that's ranged, something that's a bit squishier. But we'll see. Maybe they'll still go for it because they could have the full zoo. They have the Prophet plus the Beastmaster. That would be pretty cool.
I guess the thing that they're maybe trying to read as well is like, we see much of Quake for Venge. Where we think this Venge is going to be, which you were discussing earlier, is like, I feel like that's more of a Mike hero
10
between the
seconds
two of them, right?
remaining.
If I was going to give it to Quake for a Mike, I'd expect it to be in the hands of Mike.
5 seconds
You can see the
remaining.
team.
Oh, I was just going to say they do treat Quake for more like the POS 1 in a way, if that makes sense. They give him that follow-through hero, like a lone druid as an example.
Exactly, and Team Secret is thinking the same thing you are, it seems, at least, because they did ban out the lone druid, and he is always played by Koikwa, obviously, so they're expecting a Koikwa hero to come next. But if you're Liquid, you can think about it, really. You're not really constrained by these two heroes. You can put them anywhere. Your Batrider can be offlane, he can be mid even, he can be position 5, you know. Spirit is very similar too. The hero is just so versatile that you can
Radiant
put
team
them anywhere.
pick.
You just need to decide to in the next couple of picks. And same goes for Secret because they're also super versatile. I don't know if you watched the last series when they played Puck. It was actually Puppy playing it.
Yeah, I've
versus
seen it a
OG.
few times.
Yeah. So they could put Puck on 5 just as easily as on mid. So we'll see.
Yeah, because like you look at it like this: Team Secret, you could give Nature's Prophet to
10
either Zai,
seconds remaining.
Nisha, or Puppy. Puck, you could give that over
5
Zai,
seconds remaining.
Puppy, or Nisha. There's a theme here. Like we almost 100% expect this to be a Yaps or Shaker. That's the only thing we can be quite certain about with Team Secret's draft so far.
Yep, definitely. Team Liquid, they could still, when you see this Puck, right, you're kind of tempted as well to think about the TA, because you would crush that lane if the Puck is mid, but you can't really know for sure. So most likely they will pick something also very versatile in their next pick. They're missing a position 4. If you look at Venge and Batrider, you can pretty much say that none of them will be a position 4. So some Taiga hero coming up. His Phoenix is banned out. Earth Spirit is still in the pool. Something like a Clockwork versus Shaker is good, versus Puck and Nature's Prophet not as much.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Like, do you want the ultimate counter to Shaker that is going to have issues dealing with the other two heroes? So,
Yeah, something like an Earth Spirit as well. We have seen Taiga played quite a bit of Earth Spirits, right? So That could be an option for them as well. You get that good silence versus the puck, it's decent versus shaker. Could be an option.
I guess it's also what, you know, synergize the Venge if you want it as a support.
Dire team
support
pick.
better right now. Okay.
Sand King.
So that's likely, I want to say it's their 3, but you could run it as a 4 still. It's still viable in the 4.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it as 4. Actually, recently, most of the pro games that I have watched on Sand King, it has been 4. So things have switched up a little bit. The same thing with Venge. She was almost exclusively
10
played
seconds
as
remaining.
5 or sometimes offlane. And right now, so many teams are
5
playing her as a
seconds remaining.
2. So things are switching up a little bit when it comes to what are the favorite roles for different heroes.
Definitely true.
But this kind of baits an anti-mage as well, right? Whenever you see a Sand King, your thoughts instantly have to go towards AM a little bit. You're still versus Bat Rider, so it could be a bit hairy.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuns available, even if you do have your counterspell. It's only for a small window. Also, I guess, do you feel like AM, do you want that in a lineup that has Park Prophet already? Does that kind of synergize well, or would you... It feels like they've set up for more of a let's go as 5 early on with Team Secret's lineup, right?
Like everyone is right now, right?
Yeah.
Every
Radiant
team
team
that I'm
pick.
watching is trying to get the zoo as early as possible, or to get your ultimate win condition. And Morphling, honestly, even the last 2 series, it was Virtus Pro versus OG, and it was Secret versus OG. Heroes such as Morphling just carries the game, and it's just as simple as that. You get the Morphling, you get that E-Blade on a decent timing, and he just carries.
10
Yesterday,
seconds
Thompson
remaining.
had one game in which he got, I think, 15
5
minutes E-Blade.
seconds
The game was
remaining.
just done. He had some good combos with him, but still the game was just over afterwards. Something
Dire
similar could
team
happen
back.
here if Team Liquid doesn't respond.
Seeker.
What do you think about this?
Doesn't feel like the strong response you'd expect, right? You still don't have the easiest way to instantly burst Morphling from the fog, shall we say. So maybe this is more about the lane. Are they concerned? Did they feel like it's a puck? I don't
10
feel like you
seconds
want to necessarily
remaining.
be up against a Nature's Prophet as a Bloodseeker, right?
So
5 seconds remaining.
Morphling here, even if he morphs into the strength,
Radiant
right,
team
he's losing all
back.
the armor, and because of that, Venge will be stronger. Sim minus armor. You also can go for some Spirit Vessel on one of these heroes on Liquid. None of them really love to buy it, but if I would guess, it would either be Sand King or Venge that's kind of forced to do so. And then you can already deal with the Morphling. The silence from Bloodseeker obviously comes in handy as well. One
10
big thing
seconds
Bloodseeker
remaining.
gives you is this high tempo early on, and that's very important because
5
he doesn't
seconds
need way too
remaining.
many items. He comes online very fast, and if you want to scale him for the late game, you could build a Maelstrom or something like that and actually farm up.
I guess another thing to point out is, like, if you look at all the heroes they have so far, these are heroes that are in the attrition warfare in early levels, right? They apply a lot of pressure and take a lot of health away from their opponents. Whenever you draft a Bloodseeker, that's what you want. You want fighting lanes so that you can have that first moving you around, allowing you to pressure your own lane.
Yep. If you do something like Sand King Batrider offlane, Bloodseeker Vengeful mid, safe lane obviously, you would have these 2 lanes that are brawling constantly. Batrider and Sand King are constantly attacking, and they might be facing Puck +1 because I think Morphling most likely will be mid. And because of that, Bloodseeker might get a lot of those thirst stacks. He'll be very difficult to deal with. He'll have the minus armor and the stun from Venge to
Radiant
set up
team,
Blood
pick.
Right, so it really could work.
Team Liquid, the final ban is focused on the Storm Spirit, which is fair. They don't have the best instant catch until they've got Blink Daggers online on the side of Liquid.
I agree, and from Team Secret as well, this Visage is a pretty solid ban because remember,
seconds
this is
remaining.
Team Liquid you're playing against. You ban out Visage and you ban out Lone Druid for
5
sure
seconds
because
remaining.
they love to play around those heroes. How many times did you
Dire
see
team
their Visage countered on mid lane and then they put it safe lane and he still does just as much?
Oh.
Ancient, okay. Obviously why they went for it is the Morphling. The only question is, how will they lane this? What do you think? Is this Ancient 5? It should be, right?
I think it is. Liz, recently you keep going at me like ever since you've seen Dendi run it, even though it lost
10
very
seconds
hard,
remaining.
you're like, I want my POS 2 Ancient Apparition. But I think we are going to get
5
probably POS
seconds
5 AA
remaining.
to Venge.
I'm actually a believer in post 2 Ancient. If he gets like one more buff to the Aghanim Scepter, I think that hero is actually scary. The amount of damage that he dishes out with Chilling Touch on with Aghanims, it's incredible if he gets it fast enough. But in this game, you're not really thinking about that. The only thing you need from this Ancient is his ultimate. One problem that I already see with that Ancient, however, is the fact that he's playing versus Nature's Prophet.
Admiral Conquer.
Those
Choose
treants
your
are going to
hero,
be
my good
very
friend.
difficult to deal with.
And that may have just bridged some gaps in Team Secret's lineup. We keep seeing the Kunkkas come out every time for the same reason. You know, if you're a little bit worried, there's some gaps needed field sustain stuns. He's got it all. And
There's some counterplays as well here with the Kunkka, right? You're playing versus a bat, so that X marks the spot can save targets. And I love the fact that they're putting Zai plus Shaker on the offlane. But let's still see what Liquid is going to do. Okay, Bat Rider mid, nothing extraordinary. Koikwa taking the bat. The only question is...
we do get the Puppy as well, Puppy Puck rather as well.
Okay, so Ancient will be on the offlane. It's actually played by Boxy.
Oh, yes!
This is what I was waiting for. I was waiting for them to show their hand because I really couldn't feel Ancient doing well versus Shaker and Prophet. It's a terrible lane for him. But on the offlane, with the Sand King, suddenly you have the stun into the cold feet. There's a lot of combos that you can work with there, and already I like their draft a little bit better now.
Yeah, and also, you know, Morphling the early levels, you actually apply enough pressure, maybe even find a cheeky kill. Puppy, you don't want to level the phase shift too early, but you might be forced to.
Look at that set on Morphling. He looks like some king, man. He's I don't know, looks like a king from the depths.
He does. It definitely looks like he's a filthy worshipper of Neptune, but he sits on the throne. And we got the mushroom cap, by the way. I don't know how I overlooked that. The most important I feel like we've seen it so much that we've become numb to how important it is that you always wear the mushroom cap as a nature's.
Yeah, the good old mushroom cap. It's actually the first item I won. You remember there was that DOTA Lounge or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and shame on me, I was betting items there, trying to get something. That's one of the first. I got a rare mushroom cap, and I got a rare shuriken for Bounty Hunter.
I was so happy until you realized it was worth nothing.
I was very happy. I didn't care because I had any other items, so that was pretty cool. I was betting on commons.
Oh, no. See, it's interesting that we're going to get to see this Ancient Apparition for free, because I feel like when we talked about it before, right, apart from, like, the only cool one we've seen in Pro was, you know, Bait, Dendi trying to run in the mid, it didn't succeed. I feel like we both agreed that the offlane felt like a good role because of the type of cores you picked at the moment, because of, like, the farm priority. I don't know if Boxy's been practicing it a lot, though, because if you take a look, I don't think he has a single cosmetic. That's how I measure people's play rates. But
are there many cosmetics for the Ancient Apparition, though? You have like 2 sets, right? Or 3. Yeah. Any hero that can build Necros on the offlane can work right now. And if you're Ancient Apparition, I think you can still do that.
I mean, he's already got the Sage Mask. He's already got one. He's queued up the other. So I think we know what he's building.
Do you see the mid lane, though? It's going to be Matu playing mid. It seems like, at least. Or will it? No, it will be Zai who goes mid. He has Magic Stick already and 2 tangos. So Secret is switching it up heavily as well on their side.
You stuck me in the mid last game against the Lycans. You know, I'm warmed up for the mid. Nisha was enjoying the out lanes. Loads of kills early on.
What do you think about this mid lane? This is going to be a little hectic for the Nature. But
I think it's kind of...
This is it!
One of those situations where you accept that going to be tough, but the difference with the Nature's Prophet is you have teleportation and a TP scroll, right? So until level 6, barring a rotation, you shouldn't feel threatened too much about death for that run. You shouldn't be able to be caught that way. Similar to how a Kunkka functions in that regard, right? Oh, I've been heavily pressured, let me just X TP back to base. You could do something similar.
They ping him out right now, and it's so crazy that Nisha was hiding this whole period of time. He was hiding on the top lane in the trees until it was just necessary for him to start blocking. And It just shows how important for him it was to hide these lanes.
The interesting thing from Liquid is we were talking so much about the Sand AA, how they were going to be together. They go the other way with this. They stick the Bloodseeker and Sand King together, and then you've got the AA and Venge swap.
It's still similar, right? You have a stun combo with both of these heroes. So.
There is certain
He did just lose his Courier. Tiger with the cheeky snipe now going to rotate down. I think it makes sense as well, right? Because if you think about AA, what's one of his weaknesses? He doesn't have great starting stats. Obviously, Venge, because you're passive, can offset that quickly.
No, you really want to have Sand King with him, but Venge is the next best thing. The Absor, he's fine.
Yeah, they'll just tell him to get out. They're like, Scram, this is our neighborhood.
Tougher the first couple of waves.
All right, scrap that. We're not committing to this. The Timberman's like, get out of my lane. Morph is going to TP towards the top. And more couriers are dying. You know, it's not Puppy doing it this time, but it's another member of Secret with that deep ward spotting him out.
It's very easy for Matu to lane here, I would say. It should be easier than for the Kunkka. You have a lot of damage and your range, so you can deal with Mickey. If he does use Blood Rage on himself, you have the nuke as well to work around. Can be problematic.
This is clearly Timberman taking responsibility. He's like, I know it's going to be me low on health all the time. I'll be given the first act, all right? I'm Spartacus. You know those morphlings you get in your pub games where they just remain at 10% HP because they're fine CSing and someone elsewhere is dying to a Bloodseeker. All in all, the mid lane,
Radiant's courier has been slain.
it's about even. I mean, there's not
sort of
too much dominance coming up from Quick, but it's kind of as we expected, right? Like, you can't get Zai out.
Quickway is doing a little bit better because Zai is farming the side camp, right? So don't be fooled by his CIS. He did farm a couple of creep camps here in between the mid lane fights.
That's true,
So,
but he is leading the net worth.
Yeah, it's to be understood that Koikwa really dominates this lane, or should dominate it. It's not that easy for Zai to deal with a Batrider.
No, just all about controlling creeps, and as you said, supplementing the jungle as he does pretty well with these treants. All in all, though, things are incredibly quiet, which isn't something we usually see out of these two teams, especially with these type of heroes. Like, these are, I want to say, over 60% of the heroes in this game are killer type heroes that can make a lot of damage in the first 2 minutes.
I think you have a lot of kill potential.
I have a lot of kill potential on couriers.
Let us hope it left
And
no little
maybe
ones behind.
if Liquid oversteps their boundaries a little bit, then Secret can strike back, but they don't really do a lot. They're a bit passive right now. If you're Secret, you're a bit more on the passive side.
Oh, Secret, they're just trying to buy their time, wiggle around Liquid, and actually now Poppy, oh, he's made a mistake here. He'll phase shift out, but he's so low on HP that Mike, I don't think Poppy, I don't think the friendly Fairy Dragon was expecting this sort of pressure, but he does get to deny the neutral creeps, and that's a lot of time wasted away from the creeps from Mike.
It was a nice attempt from Insania to snipe him with a wave of terror, but
Dire's middle tower
sadly
is
for
under
him it
attack.
did not work.
I feel
No,
like
that's not an easy one to achieve. I think the other thing that maybe makes Bloodseeker's game pretty hard here is what we're seeing just now coming out from Nisha. He has X TP back, so he's not possibly going to be low. And we already said that Zai can teleport in and out, healing up, right? So it's not like there's going to be too many low heroes inside of Secret in the early game.
Yeah, Zai was actually forced already to do that once or twice. He goes back to the base with his old teleportation spell, then TP's back into the lane, but Koikwa is just relentless. He continues attacking him, and actually he has a haste bottle, so this is a huge kill threat for the Furion right now.
It is now that he's got 6. Now that he has the last 2, if he sees Zai, Zai could just be as good as dead after like 2 sticky napalm stacks, and he's going. Someone activate the Jaws beam team right now, because that's what it feels like with Tiger rotating in. It's just a swarm of sharks. They finally get that first blood, and it's on the middle of Secret in this game.
If you open your pubs every day, you can see a lot of tier 1 players playing the Batrider on the mid lane right now. I'm not sure what if anything big changed, but Batrider became really, really strong on the mid lane, and he's played a lot.
We've definitely been seeing it be flexible. For a while, we were seeing it in the POS 5 role, then back 3, and then, of course, being upgraded to that 2 priority. Nice
Top lane,
snipe on the
Matu.
bot lane, by the way. They got rid of the courier that had like 500 net worth or so for Boxy on its way out. They got the kill on Yasuo, but you're happy to delay the AA. Top, however, Mike, he gets turned on quickly. This is the pesky morph for you. You think you have him, and all of a sudden it backfires. So does it in the bot lane as AA goes down.
It was also Furion's ulti. Zai used his ulti, right, to help out with the AA. And you are a core on this ancient apparition, but that doesn't change the fact that you're extremely squishy. And he got X marked, he got fissure blocked, and they just take care of him easily.
Yeah, it's a tough lane to be in the moment Kunkka hits 6, and that's why they now rotate Mike down, because if the AA gets caught now, you know, with that boat combo, you die every time. There's no way you survive that.
But what about Mike? He's level 4. I'm not sure he has a range drop, but I'm not sure he's super satisfied with this exchange, because this level 7 Kunkka is going to hurt.
Yeah, they tried to play the lanes early on and it backfired, and now as a result, you're left on one of Nisha's signature heroes, and he's not going to stump coming at you. He's got the double bracer, which means he's going to regen well as well, so you can't win an attrition war against him. And instead, straight away, there it is, boat coming in, 3 heroes here, Zai with a rotation. Mike, soon to be gone from this world.
I guess they understood that this was about to happen, because they really need the level 6 on Ancient Apparition. And he can't get any experience on the bottom lane any longer. Top, maybe.
Good kill. He didn't get a chance to morph up. And the man will be killed off. They will still lose their bot tower though, Secret. Are relentless with this push.
Tower is under
By the way, these 3 heroes on top are such an old school tri-lane. It used to be played many years ago, but usually with Sand King a core, not an Ancient Apparition. Still though, it's very scary, and even if you're a Morphling, you can die easily.
Yeah, it's definitely what we call just use your spells while
Radiant's
flying.
bottom tower
Right.
is
Everyone has a stun in this situation.
Has that
Although
ever been
you
cause
should
for
be able to
celebration?
anticipate as a Morphling more often than not. They have to play the vision game to catch you off guard.
Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to
In
extreme
from vision. He has got an
violence.
invis room which is spotted quick for out, and they're
Dire's top
rotating
tower
it.
is under attack.
Nisha, it's only level 1X,
Must
but
I
they're
repeat
too far
myself?
away. They have to abort.
He also didn't have the Ghost Ship. He used it down bottom to kill the Bloodseeker, right? And the cooldown on level 1 is pretty significant, so they decide to back off, and it's a better choice. You don't really want to dive that
Radiant's
deep without
bottom
all your
tower is
spells.
being subjected to
Yeah, it's tough as
extreme
well. There's no
violence.
real way to bait out the Bat Rider because you can see he was just going to move deeper into the jungle to farm safer. Here's rotating towards the top. Boxy is just about to get 6. If they could kill him just beforehand, this would be perfect, but I don't think you can stop him from getting it. Or he could just walk out to his casual death. That will stop him from getting it. He still gets 6, but he doesn't get to walk away alive, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was so greedy from him. So he had a pretty decent ward there, and he saw
Radiant's
Puppy
top
farm the
tower
hard
is
camp,
under
right? The
attack.
hard camp that was
I've
low.
never
So
seen Radiant's
he figures, okay, it's a
structures
position
looking
5 puck.
fortified.
I can go there, I can steal some experience. He didn't
Radiant's
see the
top
Kunkka
tower
though.
is under attack.
No, it was a good rotation.
And
There's
not
some
in a
pressure on the
good
tower.
way.
This has kind of been the important stable part that Secret have done twice now effectively. Is Zai rotates in, if he's needed to kill, yes, otherwise you're immediately pressuring tower afterwards. And then you look at the mid and it just looks like the let's just chill and not play each other lane, right? Mike just wants space, Matumba Man, he wants space as well.
I think they're both satisfied with this, right? Matu on the top lane felt constantly pressured. I think Bloodseeker might be a bit happier with this, because he couldn't lane top, he couldn't lane bottom. So mid lane is pretty much the easiest place to be for him right now. And, he can actually find some.
Passing on, next drag back. And then last in actually drag Kunkka back into the mess. They said, okay, everyone's on top of you, we'll bring him down. Bot lane will at least be secure for Secret. Big kill, playing by the side of Liquid.
I think this build from Boxy could be really big for Ancient, because he's going for Necros, right? Like any other offlaner right now. And one of the big things that Ancient Apparition struggles with is finding farm. He has absolutely no ways of getting farm, but these Necros will allow him to do so. So maybe he won't get any big items, but he will be able to stay alive in the fights.
not sure if he's going to stay alive right now. And so just wail away and get the kill. Koikba did TP him with a boosted travel, magic missile out, and they spot out Puppy and they'll jump on top of him. So I can't help at all. Not like Nature's Prophet comes with any good lockdown other than the Sprout. Now Zai needs to be careful. Magic missile, yeah, you lose your life, but Koikba, he'll be able to get the kill. Blame hell, who cares about that, Iron?
And he killed himself there with a magic missile level 3 on the blade mill, but
middle tower
who cares? He had no choice. It's still good. They do get the kill off of Nature's Prophet. Mid lane, there's an ulti flying in.
Croucher as well. And wait for him away. He says, okay.
Mike?
Now, Mike might be in a bit of trouble. Nope. They didn't actually do enough damage there. Mike's gonna live now. Yapso keep it. No, the Echo Slam to swap out. They keep him alive. Monster's gonna live, but instead Yapso is the one who goes down. And Nisha, the swap in. Now he's in a mess. He doesn't have any bow either. He just has to try and run this off. He will be able to because Matuma Man, the Rupture finally ran out. So there will be a rebuttal kill. It'll end up being a 1-for-1 exchange, but so far not too bad for Liquid. If they lose more, however, it could be a problem. Koikba is sprouted in. The fast ran out. He will be able to get away in time.
Yapsor, you greedy boy. He had an option to instantly echo the Bloodseeker right there. It wouldn't do a lot of damage, but it would secure them the kill. Instead, he decides, okay, I'm gonna keep it. Maybe Enchant Autumn lasted the Bloodseeker, and because of that, Insania gets enough time to swap the Bloodseeker and save his life. All these small little things do matter. And, the Yapsor this time around, he should have just ulted. That simple as that.
Oh, this poor fairy dragon. Puppy. Oh, he might no. He had to go too soon. He only has a level 1 phase shift. They'll still kill him off. Dreamcore was used as well. They clearly want to move on the mid lane in the meantime as well because you've now available. Tiger is getting pretty close to that Blink Dagger, by the way. Like, if you look at the comparison between these two boss 4s, it's very clear Sand King's going to have it 2-3 minutes sooner.
It's understandable though. Sand King on a position 4 is a little bit different than the Shaker because he has multiple ways of farming. Give him the Iron Talon. You can see that he has maxed out the Sandstorm as well. So farming the creep camps for him is a piece of cake. That's not something that the Shaker can do.
Farming is now easy for Boxy. He's had that Necronomicon for a minute or two, and he's pressure on Puppy, who is just gone perfectly timed from Boxy. Gets him the kill, and now Nisha, he wants vengeance, but he's gonna...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're pinging the ward, but they're pinging the wrong place. Look where the vision was. They've done that. Strictly a predictive movement.
Top lane.
And top, yep. Puppy's gone again.
It's so difficult for Puppy to make these moves. So basically what he's trying to do is set up kills with the Nature's Prophet, right? So he goes on a lane, he uses his ulti, all his nukes, and then you see Zai flying in, teleporting in, using his ulti and finishing the target off. But it's hard when Koikba has travels and he's everywhere. He's bottom.
Everywhere again. Because Cook is being taken onto. The ice blast through once more, and Zai won't be able to get out. I mean, Boxy he could just be off
Dire's
split
top
push
tower
all
is
the time
under
with his
attack.
Necronomicon. They don't want to jump in, and instead he's still contributing to the fights on the other side of the map. Perfect.
He's like, who cares about your global presence? Who cares about your nature's prophet? And who cares about this Bat Rider? Who cares about any one of these
cares
heroes
about
that can?
your whole team?
Who cares about any one of these targets that I can just sit on the lane and use my ulti and kill off any target I want to?
I mean, that's the great thing, right? That you compare this to the support AA. The support AA needs to be backing someone else's play. They can't be shown on lane, so easy to kill. He's got 1200 HP already. He's not the quickest
Dire's
pick,
middle tower
so
is
they aren't
under an
seeing him as the highest priority
extraordinary
target.
amount of
So,
Dire's structures
so
are
historically,
cunningly
when you would play
fortified.
position 5 AA, you would play him like this. Long
Dire's
time
middle
ago.
tower is
Let's say
under
like
attack.
3-4 years ago. You would play him like
I
this
feel like a
because
broken record.
his spells weren't nearly as influential in teamfights as they used to be. It was all about, as they are right now, sorry. It was all about his ulti. But if you're playing position 3, you do need farm, and this is completely justified, the way he's playing. And he's doing so well, so
He is.
great.
And
Dire's
they've just got the
middle
perfect
tower
item
is
to help
under
him
an
be even more of a brawler.
extraordinary
You know,
amount
everyone's
of
got the mech
stress.
complete, and on top of that, you now have a Gropo flying its way out.
They read
Whenever
it
you
so
want.
well. He read
Dire's
this
middle
moment so
tower
well. They
is under
were
attack.
trying to pincer him. Zai TP'd into the trees. Nisha came from the right side. Papi was pushing in the lane. They wanted to really shove him out of this top lane, and he was just
Dire's
smart enough. He
middle
moved
tower
back on
is
time.
under attack.
Well, Insania as well, right? Like, he
I
plopped
feel
that
like
ward
a
down
broken
about a
middle
minute and a
tower
half ago,
has fallen.
and as a result, they anticipate that move had to happen at some point because Boxy, that's that point, right, where he has that impact on that bot fight. Secret go, why have we let him free farm all this time? And now
But he's
Liquid,
hunting.
they bring the numbers. Yapsaw jumps on top of. Nice blink dagger. Good luck using it.
Oh, such a good item as well now they found. A clumsy net. I know I'm a bit too hyped about the tier 2 item, but it's so good for Liquid. So many spells, so many heroes that can use it, and so many spells that need that clumsy net. Your Taiga with the Epicenter, then Ancient Apparition with the Cold Feet, your Bloodseeker with Blood Knight.
Tiger. Up there, he died. Up there for the full map. Please be careful. These okay, he's got a big heal gets found. BK Quick was going to keep on fighting and die. Because no chance to escape. They'll bring down Banks, those 52 exchange. Two of those as ports and two of them cores.
Ever been cause
And clearly
for
Liquid got
celebration?
their side of it.
And also Yabzor, he was there in time to blink in and echo multiple targets, but he sees they're all full HP, they didn't use pretty much anything for this fight, and because of that he just cleans up Insania's Vengeful.
Right now for Yapsaw, his role feels not like core initiation, it feels like counter initiation, right? When Liquid he wants to punish it, but like you said, they're very bulky. I mean, 2k HP on the Bloodseeker, almost 2 count on the Batter. Give this an apparition sitting there called 1500 with a mech.
Really, if you're Secret right now, you need a KB on Nisha, and you need your next big item on Morphling. Man, this is a very, very late team bait. If he gets it even soon, it's 19 minutes, 20 minutes even, he's halfway there, let's say. He's struggling.
He definitely is. So you remember you were talking about the top one where you got like 15 minutes, you saw how dominant it is. And this is why, I say like a month or two ago, we've seen a lot of teams really struggle to make Morphling work, is if you didn't get your item quick, you became a big liability to your team. Especially with how quick DOTA plays out at the moment. You know, these 20 to 30 minute finishes happen.
I honestly think if there was any other offlane on the side of Liquid, Mato would have a much better game, but he's countered so hard with this AA. He's struggling right now. Usually what happens is Morphlings that are playing versus AA get a BKB very quickly, but so far he's still struggling to get the E-Blade though.
No, he wasn't given an easy start, and then you look at Mike by comparison, right? We were talking at the beginning how they both got roughed up, they didn't have a fun time. He's top of the network, he's been enabled by the other cores. Puppy, the familiar sight as the Blood Right predicts exactly where he'll be, and he's just gone.
They were smoked, Nisha and Shaker, but they understood they can't fight there.
Dire's
So they
middle
just
tower
went down
is under
bottom.
attack.
The only
Dire's
question is, what can they do here?
They can hit
Radiant's
creeps.
structures
That's about it.
No, look,
Creeps
look,
on that
Insania
tower.
Insania drew this line.
amount of
They're
stress.
actually running back down bottom. And because of that, they can perhaps hunt them down.
They might be reluctant to make the move though. Quickfoot, look at him. He's gone top. He knows that Nature's Prophet is
Dyer's
around here,
middle
but
tower is
Zara
under
makes his
attack.
escape before the Ice Blast can even
I
arrive.
feel like a broken record.
Secret? I mean, they're doing a good job right now of dodging out. And it does feel like at this stage of the game, they have no other choice, right? They have to get some new items to play around. They can't fight Liquid straight.
And the thing is, if you're Matsu, if you get low, you can never hide. Even if you remember that
Radiant's
tier 1
bottom
snipe
tower
on the
is
bottom
under
lane,
attack.
it wasn't about any wards, he just morphed into Edgy completely, and because of that, Bloodseeker sees him, right? So Sand King just jumps in on Vision and picks him off.
That's the pickoff they need to open with, and it looks like they might be able to bring him down. He's dead. That's the BKB from Nisha as well as a result of that. Magic Star flows out onto Zai. Swap out from Insane. He just wants away from this fight. He's on the wrong side of it. And now Quickfoot does go in. The Rupture is still active for the moment, but not long enough. The X does break the lasso. So that's going to be BKB wasted by Quickfoot. Nothing gained for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Has that ever been
As a
called
result,
for
Secret,
celebration?
well, they get a little bit of space to breathe, and with that space, they will look
Radiant's
to plow
bottom
into
tower is
Liquid's
being
towers as they push on
subjected
the
to
bot tier.
extreme violence.
Some pretty big items, and their
Radiant's
movements were
bottom
really
tower
sick.
has fallen.
I still think you're
Seems to be the day for
waiting
it.
on that big E-Blade from the Morphling. He has 3,000 gold, and he can pick it up. But the BKB on Nisha, the blink on Papi, the blink on Shaker finally coming into use a little bit.
Has been slain.
And Papi, you can't blink out of this.
I mean, they're trying to reinforce him, but it's not like Zai can trap him out with an X. They could punish him. Get out the Blood Right means they can't all pile on.
That's
Batrider.
Your admiral is on board.
Punished.
Papi, dude, you can kill me 7 times, 8 times. 8.
No one kills him his times, Admir. Okay.
Radiant's
That's where he
middle
dropped the
tower
llama.
is under attack.
You know, like, okay, my ratio of my to Corey, got some Corey kill to do. I'm not dying. Him with the easier one. I'll.
BKB instantly queued to he knows what's up. He can. Anything else, he needs to get that BKB to be able to deal not only with the AA, but the Sand King as well.
The silences, the stuns. Like, it's not just the Sand King, it's the way that they stack the stuns. You mentioned at the start, right? Ben, AA, and Sand King, very popular trident for a reason.
Did you watch Secret OG last night though? They have this Venge bottom lane. Taiga?
TP's away. Yasuo realizes it's too late, it won't work, but it does cover the escape immediately.
I actually think Taiga.
When the swap comes out, things like this. I guess now one's like Blood Right. You could time Blood Rights to swap into Silence as well. Actually, that's another one.
Radiant's top tower
What we're
is
getting
under
at,
attack.
folks, Venge is a tad bit
Not in a
powerful
good
right now.
way.
It's mostly the swap is obviously very important.
It would appear
and,
Radiant's top tower is
exactly,
under
and this
attack.
hero was
Dyer's
usually
middle tower
picked
is under
mostly
an
because of the swap, but right now with Terror and Venge Sora, there's crazy strong bottom lane.
Poppy, that's cooked down. Stun coming through for Tiger will not allow the escape of the pesky fairy dragon. And Yasuo, bonus kill on the side. Actually, the real bonus,
Dyer's
the cherry on
bottom
top,
tower
is this
is
tier 1
under
tower. It's
attack.
completely unguarded now by Team Secret. It's amazing. If you kill everyone who's guarding it, there's no one to protect it.
Why is his Mjolnir so yellow? Is this some competitive thing? Yeah, it looks really
Yeah,
cool.
he bought out, okay? He threw money at Gabe and he's like, particle effects, yes.
It actually looks really cool. But I wonder, if the yellow one was the standard, would I still pay money to get the white one? You know what I mean?
I wanna, do you not want like a red one? What about a red, your Bloodseeker? Imagine if you get a red Mjolnir effect. Or, smart one, I shouldn't really give them ideas for getting more money out of us.
Mid lane, Jules on the Conca.
Yeah, but he has the BKB, no TP, they realize they can't kill him. But hear me out. They're not done, they're gonna keep going. Tiger, in a wee bit of trouble. Nice swap out from Insania. He's surrounded by the trees now. Automatic missile. They can't even kill him off, and now all they do, they finally get him. A Mike with a BKB. Move forward, Nisha protected by the sprout. They push him out finally. As Zai needs to be careful himself. Emphasis is going to come in. Tiger does he have the dream core and shotgun down. Inside with the BKB means he's not too threatened yet, but these right clicks are starting to add up from Mike. They'll keep pursuing through. Koi Crew's own BKB is Matoma smashes round. It falls to the back right away. Yaps will be chased onto. Has the fidget. Sun control on the box. They actually put you on top of the Echo Slam as well. He's like, fine, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. But also they might have put Matoma man as well. He's trying to more both, but it's not good enough. The last who gets the kill, and they're still happy. They almost get a bit too fast to get out inside. Trying to escape here, but the Blood Right will clip. And Mike, this entire fight has just been not hitting Bloodseeker. They've tried. They've begged with him not to return fire, but he relents. He gets his double kill. He secures a victory in this fight for Team Liquid.
What a great fight for Team Liquid. They didn't even clip the Morphling with the A ulti, and they take care of him. And it all started because of this great item build from the Sand King, which is a normal item build, really. Blink into Yules, that's what you usually buy. But it's so good this game because it gives you an opportunity to catch Kunkka out of position, right? He can try to X marks the spot on himself, move into the creep wave, clear it, and then X mark back. But not if you're playing versus something like a Yules. They time it well. Sadly for them, they didn't have lasso to just instantly blow the Kunkka up there in the spot, but they still get a very favorable fight because heroes of Team Secret are out of position. And then everything is way easier. And now Shaker,
Easy kill. It's that feeling, right? You see the Ice Blast has been committed to your Team Secret, and then because that has been the bane of your existence for the last 25 minutes, you're like, okay, this is a potential go. We can ball up, we can play. But as you say, tanking in his own right is now a huge threat. And let's not forget Mika. Yeah, he's a beast right now. He's on a kill streak for a reason.
and Pussy as well.
They almost got Puppy there. That was a good dodge out. Almost going, but no.
Almost.
Is be there. All right, fine. You want me to use my big ultimate? Here it is. Be dead for almost as long as I use it.
So the Aegis is picked up by the Bloodseeker. He's level 23, has a Titan Sliver, Asher, and a Mjolnir. This is this is a dangerous Bloodseeker.
I'm not a former pro player or anything, but I'm going to take a guess that what you're saying, Liz, is that Mike is a problem.
He hits hard. Oh, didn't get the bash though.
No bash.
No,
I mean,
not really a skilled bash player.
But they do find Kunkka, who can try and BKB all at once, but Mika, oh no, the swap's there. He's like, yeah, if I just stun him, they have no way to stop me. But these swaps cheekily coming out to get him even lower. Mika is, oh no, wants the kill streak now. And,
yeah, the swap plus the rupture is also pretty good, right? It's one of those old school combos. But most importantly, you can't BKB and TP out. It was a nice attempt from Nisha to put the torrent behind him and then TP.
Oh no, they found more Matumba Man. After E-Blade to protect himself because they stunned him up too much. He doesn't get clipped by the Ice Blast, so looks to waveform away. Wiper goes in, BKB last to drag back, get you dream caller, but don't worry. Wiper's bringing the main meal to the table.
Radiant's top tower
Matumba Man dead for 70 seconds, 104 for more, looking for next stun comes out from Yapzor. There will be a kill no offense, but the Yule's down to side. Blade Mail says, please don't hurt me. And they're like, fine, we'll wait a few moments, but when those moments pass, you're as good as dead. Tiger turns around with a stun, they crap him in, BKB, they need to get him for the clicks now, but he'll just try for the Sprout TP out, they're the back straight away. Mike was owed it from the bot lane and he gets it here.
Yeah, the other time Mike actually hit him twice and didn't get the bashes. And man, Liquid is owning Secret.
Is under attack.
This is...
They are juggling him right now. I think is one way to put it.
This Ancient Apparition just completely unlocked their draft. It isn't only the Ancient though, it's the mobility on all of their heroes. They have the Blink Dagger Yule Sentinel, you have the Blink Dagger on the Batrider. It's just so easy to get these pickoffs with just that addition of a Frost Blast coming. Oh, miss.
They jump in, they target the post of the Aegis. You can feel the desperation, they'll get through him, the boat's already been used now. But they do know it's put a slurp a bit. They are bringing reinforcements now. So Aegis is gone. They go, okay, that should deter them from coming for more. But looking towards our base. They're moving in now. E-Blade does force out the BKB, but you already took the damage. So Mike gets the defense BKB on the back line. Though the Lasso on the park, he gives his life for a BKB charge. I guess you're okay with that?
I think Puppy is okay with dying this game.
He's proven that. He's now 0-11-8. He's on his way towards the Malk Award.
So, Secret really needs to buy as much time as possible for Matu so that he can finish off the BKB. Because click on Matu. Do you see anything strange in his item build?
That is a slightly off-meta item choice, I'm not gonna lie.
Can you name it? Is it the sticks?
Oh no, wait, no, sorry, it's the Mithril Hammer. Yeah, why do you get a Mithril Hammer? You're all stats, right? No, he has gone for a fling. It's not what we used to see.
Attacked like
Matu more flings.
Leading the way, okay?
Next time he plays anti-mage, he's gonna get a blink dagger as well.
I can just for the voice line, okay? You know the one.
All jokes aside, it can work here. You can get on top of that ancient apparition a little bit easier and blow him up with the E-blade, or at least you were able to, because if you check Boxy's items, it's also unconventional for an ancient apparition, but it's really good this game. He has a BKB and Guardian Greaves. He's basically unkillable in these fights.
I mean, he's basically the second hardest person to kill on the side of Liquid at this point, because he's got the Guardian Greaves, he's got the BKB. Yeah, but you know, Koifa has more health. I'll give him that, but he hasn't got the heals, and he's usually in a lot deeper. And speaking of Koifa, yep, Sora's ready and waiting with the Shadow Amulet. They let him go by. They say, okay, you can't go up. You've got no one but yourself to blame. But there are reinforcements coming in. The buyback out from Batrider. The Rupture being thrown out on Anisha. He just needs to get the hell out. And with the TP out, they won't have vision. No, Poppy ensures that he gives his life by using the Weight of Rift, so they will not be able to stun or stop him.
If these two heroes are the only two that they've killed, it's great for Secret. They buy more time for Matu. They also force a buyback from the Batrider. You're happy with that exchange. I love the setup as well, with Yapsor in the Shadow Amulet, impersonating Chappie there on the stairs, waiting for anyone to show up.
He was close enough for the creep to get clear. That's true. It was very much a Chappie amulet.
And just one thing that I also really want to mention is Ancient Apparition and his neutral item. This Grove Bow is so good on him because you have Ice Vortex with, 30% increased magic damage, and then you have 12% magic resistance reduced.
Well, we said they only find small picks. How do we measure Zai? Is he a big pick? He's a dead pick.
He also used the BKB as well there. He's a really, really big pick off.
I liked your point about the Grove Bow, right? It's like we saw it come out, and it's like, oh, this is good for chill and touch. But as you highlight, it's the magic amp, right? I wondered if he'd go for a Veil build, but because of this item plus the Ice Vortex, what's the point? Like, you're already negating enough magic resistance.
But you know what as well is so cool about this Ancient Apparition? Because it really proves a point that right now on the offlane, as long as you're building utility items, you're contributing to the game, right? He's doing way more with his Ice Blast, yes, but as long as the hero is right for the game, just put it on the offlane and buy utility items and that's it. It will work.
That is true. Right? If you think of positions, I feel like the offlane has the one that can get the cookie cutter items, right? Like, oh, we need a Crimson Guard. Oh, we need a Pipe this game. Oh, we need a Black.
Also, being 9k helps, but yeah.
That does. But for those people down at 3 or 4k, just build all the utility items, all right? And then when you lose, your team can't blame you. They can't say you didn't give them the best chance of winning. That's how it works, right?
I would actually say yes. I would actually say yes. Building utility items is very undervalued in most MMR ranges. Everyone wants to carry, you know. So
yeah, everyone wants a rapier.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on
we were saying before, you know, rapier gets dropped on the ground. Even your boss fight is pinging it saying me.
There's a blink dagger also on Voxy, by the way. He completed it too. Well, that's interesting. And the Dagon on Puppy, so he definitely wants to carry. I'm not sure how much this Dagon level 1 is going to hurt the side of Liquid, but we'll see.
I mean, in fairness to him, he dies after about 5 seconds in a fight. So he might as well have something that gets damage out in those first 5 seconds.
Matu, he did complete the BKB though, and they are smoked up. Perhaps they can find something else than Insania down on the bottom lane.
Koifa might find Zai though. Last two, Dragon, they got the blood right available. Zai may already be too low. He's late to find a little bit of time. BKB gets activated, moving to morphing right now. He's beginning to morph up. However, the damage coming up from Nike is way too much. Wait for him away. Dreamcool gets thrown down, but Koifa sidesteps it completely, and Zai is trying to click Batrider away. And the boat flies on Kunkka. He's stunned up for the time being, but a swap out, Mike is safe. And the swap back in, they say, whoop, just because I got my carry out doesn't mean you get to leave as well. They force the BKB in Epicenter, being charged up. Tiger jumps in, Blood right there as well. Zai, he has no BKB anymore, is gone. And they move forward quick, but with the Shiva's Guard to slow them down, they do ping him out. YapzOr with a Shadow Blade, looking to move forward. He's got the Echo Slam, but how godly can it be? Do you even have the damage to utilize it right now?
They started that fight so defensively on the side of Secret. Zai first was scouting out so that the smoked gang can come in and help, right? Get the pick off. He was baiting, but the problem is they're so fat on the side of Liquid that this Nature Prophet dies so fast. Morphling had to use the E-Blade defensively, and once you use that E-Blade defensively, you don't really have any offensive power on your side.
No, from that point on, it really did just feel like Secret on the retreat, and you literally just saw Mutumman morphing the entire time, and Mike was still doing enough damage to offset any health gain.
And in that team fight, actually Matu had a bit of luck that the ulti of Boxy didn't connect him. Ice Blast didn't connect on the Morphling, so he was really close though.
Nah, you know, the ultimate carry we talked about, Sun, one of what can be. Agree killing Insania, but Puppy with the Dagon yoinks it. That's what you build Dagon. It's all about helping just more secure his kills.
Truth be told, it is pretty cool with E-Blade, right? That's not something, that combo is pretty decent. You have the E-Blade, then you follow up with all the nukes from the puck. That's a lot of magical damage for anyone to sustain.
Yeah, let alone poor Insania with only 1500 HP. So, that offsets Liquid's aggression for the moment. There is still that looming threat that they just go towards the Roche pit as soon as Venge is up, however. And you can see that Secret want to move before even the power of 5 on the side of Liquid. They are smoked. But Liquid hold defensive. They know something has to be occurring here. Although they point, they've just been out quick, but we've seen this before, but it looks like he might back away in time.
There's no way you dive any deeper. Isha is there also in the smoke, whether it's YapzOr Shadow Blade, but you need a different target, not a bat any longer.
No, Sand King, if you get through him is good, but the golden boy at all times, that's the one you want to go for.
You really want to kill Boxy. Not he had the Grobo before, now he has Timeless Falcon, so even more health damage coming.
Shouldn't have done about go for the PBS and then push him in the last two, they drag it through. And it looks like this good old morph. Just gonna say good old day. Or tonight.
That's, let's say, that completed with DK. He does have a buyback on the morphine, but he might have to use it. This should be rush. This should be rush from Liquid.
Most definitely. Quick but was if anyone was around, but there'll be a TP on time. There's really nothing to stop him from going in. Even if you have a perfect 5-man plan, you do not have to finish to get through Liquid's right.
He was so close to dying there because Insania, he has a telescope and the level 3 nether swap. The rest is insane. Top lane.
So, doing cool. And then please don't kill me. We've seen it many times before. And Koikfa, this time he says, okay, you can live. Come on. Now, you have big problems. ENG
itself,
and
the
Cheese
Radiant have
in the hands
slain
of Liquid.
Roshan.
Secret already struggling to keep this game running, keep themselves in it. And they need to. They're already one game down. Liquid. Control right now.
So Zai can really hurt a lot in this next fight he has. His Dazzle completed, he's really close to the Daedalus as well. Needs about 1,000 gold. That could make a solid difference. Like you said, it's going to be very difficult to deal not only with 12k deficit, but Aegis and Cheese.
That's definitely the case. Even this Enchant Quiver is, you know, adding a significant amount of deeps to Zai's output in these fights, but it's tough to find that quick pick at the beginning. And Koikfa looking for a quick pick. Nice X drag back though. YapzOr needs to escape, has the Shadow Blade. Zai will TP out. They are hunting for, but they can't find YapzOr anymore. He's already gone.
In a different situation, that X mark, right, that save from the lasso, gives you an opportunity to strike back, to go in and take a fight. But the problem is, you are still playing versus Aegis and Cheese, and even though they don't have one of their biggest spells, you still can't really fight them. You're still scared.
Yeah, because you already assumed that Liquid are bringing everyone across, right? No one else is shown on the map. So at that point, you have to weigh up, can we take them in a 5-on-5? And the answer from Secret right now is no.
Morphling carrying the Witless Shackle.
Dire's
1200
middle tower
HP
is under an
isn't a
extraordinary
joke.
amount
It's
of
quite a lot.
stress.
Hey, you
Doesn't really have a lot of mana though.
You don't need mana anymore, Liz. This isn't the days where attribute shift costs something.
He did finish off Lincolns. I think Nisha as well. Yeah, so they have, BKB, Boxy, bottom.
Oh, Boxy. He blinks in. He's looking for a target. He will whiff on the Ice Blast, and Puppy, he's just juking and jiving. He'll look for the TP out, but the official flips on, kills him off. Dead for 75.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Puppy, trying to juke them on one side with the orb and then shifting to the other, but Abyssal Blade. Mickey is always on point. He's always there when you need him. Pretty good play again.
Yeah,
the BKB was used on AA though. So
that's true.
That's a small upside.
So if you find him, you can just blow him up straight away in the next engagement. At least in the next 30 seconds. But the problem is, because Puppy is dead for a lot longer, it's unlikely Secret want to fight. Instead, they just keep the split push shenanigans going and pray that Liquid never targets the high ground. But look at this. Coming in on the mid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Timberman. Nice pick up. It could be. Wait, he's dead. They're not extra. BK. He's going to be able to get back.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's immune to the X-Break. There was no line to drag him back anymore.
In a stroke of cunning,
There was literally no way to save Timberman.
Dire's structures have been fortified.
He has no buyback.
I feel like a broken record.
And they're
I thought it was going to be a clean cut kill.
That Dire's middle tower
This is at least two sides here. Maybe they can take a fight, but it's going to be so difficult.
Lasso. They're trying to force the game in right now. Shaker's in trouble. Blood right under. Blink away on the short range. It's not going to be good enough to get him out. He does blink back defensively, but they jump around top. They kill him off death. 65. PK is sprouted up, but there's no way in hell you jump on top of him. Nice quick for to let him out and then continue to wail on these buildings.
Yeah, Yapsor tried to go in there and perhaps bait some spells out and use the flicker to get that debuffs, to get all those debuffs off, but it just didn't work. They have way too many spells to work with, way too much damage to work with.
I'm baffled right now. That what seems just like a cheeky, easy kill in the mid lane. Secret trying even to do it, even if you succeed with it, has now cost you 2 sets of racks potentially.
Yeah, maybe 2 sets of racks.
They'll stop.
Let's see. Actually, Liquid, look.
They think it's too dangerous, right? Because Morph is up in 20 and you're not killing builders that far.
I'm actually surprised. Wait, they didn't have... that's why. Okay, never mind.
No creeps.
I take that back. No creeps. That's one of the reasons why they did the X mark plus the teleport on the top lane on Zai to just continue pushing in. Plus he used the ulti to prevent the creeps from reaching the base. Yeah, so all things said and done, they only lose one side. From all of that, no buybacks even committed. So if you're Secret, you're counting your lucky stars. You're happy with this.
Yeah, and now you'll potentially pass the worst of it in terms of the Aegis factor, right? That's going to be gone soon. So next time when you fight with Liquid, I'm not going to say you're on even grounds because you are 18,000 gold behind. But
Aegis
you don't
has
have
been...
to worry about extra life.
Yeah, Aegis has been reclaimed right now. So it could give you a decent opportunity to fight. But look at Nisha, man. Like, this isn't... Okay, Nisha usually loves to play this Kunkka, right? But this Kunkka is full utility, like complete utility. He had at least Aghanims queued up before, which is fun to play with. The Torrent Storm is great. But he just switched into a Hex. Even this Lincolns that he's got, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be throwing it on the Morphling the next couple of fights.
No, it's definitely. And hopefully the X's will return him as well in one piece, not in a puddle on the floor. Now smoke near the mid lane. They're anticipating someone's going to come and try and push this in. Liquid are split right now.
Talking about unconventional items and how on one side you have Nisha who's full utility. Look at this position 5 Vengeful just casually strolling by with the Desolator.
He has been farming a lot of waves. So, you know, when you have that much experience waves, you realize that wave carry's not good enough on its own. But these split push attempts are getting less and less out of it as the game goes on. Now the sheep stick on box.
But good.
Relic.
Swap, Nisha, mid lane.
Trying to move away. He's got the mud horn. They haven't got the last two, but they have got a swap, which means he knows he can't get away from this. So he's chasing down. He's trying to waste as much time as possible. Death is an inevitability.
Yeah, he does have a buyback. He pretty much saw them, and he tried to be cheeky with the BKB TP out because he understands if I BKB, the lasso can't stop me. The problem is you still have to deal with the nether swap, which definitely can swap you. So they break the Lincolns with the lasso and then they nether swap him to catch him out. Very well played by Team Liquid.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Potential keys to the base, they said. We're going to force that buyback, or we're going to take your buildings because everything's exposed in Secret Space now. Echo Slam jumping straight on Mike, those swap out Insania. So clean and easy cut for him. He'll give his life, but 2 buybacks forced and he keeps the big man alive. However, Tiger as well, so the supports give their lives, cores don't have to.
Yeah, they lost 2 big heroes, both of their supports, and Vengeful does not have a buyback to work with. This is a huge opportunity now for Secret to get control of the map.
If they can find him. And they found Mike. He doesn't have a clone blade, he doesn't have an easy way out other than to just casually TP, because guess what? No bashes in this lineup.
No bashers, no abyssals, nothing to break through the BKB TP.
Me on the bot lane. They're pinging out Poppy. I don't think they want to be though. Poppy couldn't take that fight. Really squid died.
They can now.
Last two straight away. No, now Fidger. Yapsor thinking about going in for more. Foxy just getting hit down by the Fritz to die. No follow through as Matumam shows off. They get rid of the ancient apparition and Koikfo is running for the high hills, but there is a trail behind him giving it away. He will blink out in time. He looks to TP out successfully because he did use the BKB.
This is that crazy moment that Secrets can make out of any given game. They take only one of your mistakes and then they force you to do a couple more. They just make the game so chaotic. And like, look at this situation right now. They actually have an opportunity to go into the pit. They're scouting the rush. They know it's up. It is a little bit scary, but I think this is the best chance that they're gonna get in this game if they go right now and try and snatch that away from Liquid.
They're doing the important thing. See, Zai was scouting everything because he's got the teleport talent now. He can just go wherever he wants as often. He gets
so
rid of that
look at him.
outpost TP. And now they can potentially go into the pit if they want to. They do seem reluctant. Understandably so, because Sand King, he's back alive. And that's the big combo you're worried about. It's not just the AA, it's what the Sand King brings as well.
You're really worried about the ancient apparition because he deals with the Morphling. The thing is though, if it was other type of a hero, you could still go into the pit, try and go for rush, but you can't because Ancient, he doesn't need to be there. He just buybacks, uses his ulti, and that's his contribution. He still did well.
Exactly, and because Boxy hasn't bought any new item, they didn't know for sure that he doesn't have buyback. He's only 630 gold away from it.
He did get hexed though, right? But they're probably thinking, yeah, it's a while ago, and probably thinking it's not big enough.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.